From the most insane electronic music festivals to the strange parties in the middle of the desert, here are the most insane parties and festivals around the world. Number 16. Electronic Daisy Carnival. Also known as EDC, this massive party is held on a racetrack area just north of Las Vegas near Nellis Air Force Base. Many electronic dance music producers and DJs come here once a year to put on one heck of a show. The party has rapidly risen in popularity, and attendance can reach hundreds of thousands of people each day of the weekend. This is one of the largest music festivals in the world, and people from all over the world come to witness the insanity. It's gotten so popular in recent years that it's spread to various venues in places like Mexico City, the UK, Brazil, Japan, and India, to name a few. Number 15. Burning Man Festival. There's a good chance that if you go to Burning Man in Northern Nevada, you'll never come back the same way before you left. Extreme 68,000 partygoers gather in the isolated Nevadan desert near a town called Gerlach. People pick the strangest possible outfit they can find and find a way to have a good time. This insane festival started off as a ritualistic bonfire with live music in the late 60s and 70s, where they lit a 9-foot wooden man on fire. Nowadays, the Burning Man that's set on fire is much larger. Many have been really concerned about the safety of the event after a couple in their tent were kind of ran over. Tickets for the Burning Man Festival should cost you about $425 with an $80 parking pass. But you won't find another unique gathering focused on self-expression such as this. Number 14. The Nottingham Carnival. A little bit of rain in the English town of Notting Hill certainly isn't enough to stop this massive parade by any means. This festival goes all out, and it might not be something you'd expect to see in the UK, but sometimes over 1 million people are in attendance to see what's going on. The parade features many bodacious women in fairly revealing costumes, which might make you think it's in Brazil or something. The headdresses can also be quite elaborate like we see here. Police are normally in a good mood, and they might get a little bit distracted while on the job. The costumes are sure to turn some heads, and you can expect the streets to be completely jam-packed with drunken tourists. Number 13. Tomorrowland. This festival, held in the country of Belgium, was established in 2014 and has become one of the most insane parties and festivals in the world. It stretches over 2 weekends long and is known to completely sell out within minutes. Only the best of the best will get the chance to perform here, and it includes appearances by names like David Guetta, Armin van Buuren, Axwell, Swedish House Mafia, and others. The event was insanely popular when it first started in 2005, and in 2013, the attendance totaled 180,000 people. Brazil also hosted Tomorrowland, which we're sure got pretty crazy. Number 12. Tomatina. Each year in August, thousands of people crowd the streets and pelt each other with ripe tomatoes. People are absolutely drenched in red tomato juice. Tourists and Spaniards alike join the festivities and enjoy the enormous mess that takes place. The streets are covered in a thick tomato soup-like concoction after 160 tons of tomatoes get squashed up. There's an estimated 20,000 people who attend each year, and it's one of the most well-known festivals in Spain. Many tourists underestimate the complete mayhem that takes place at the world's largest food fight. The aftermath looks something like a horrific crime scene, but the acid in the tomatoes actually cleans the streets, so it's said to be beneficial. Number 11. Ibiza Beach Parties. Nowhere in Europe parties quite like Ibiza. There's plenty of music, beautiful people in skimpy outfits, and of course plenty of drinks. Famous DJs from around the world come here to put on quite the show under the Mediterranean sun. The beaches are often within close proximity to massive pools where some debauchery is sure to go down. Rich and famous people from all over the world come here to throw crazy parties in their yachts. There's also too many parties and festivals to put down here just in Ibiza, and it really turns out to be one massive party all the time. Number 10. South Africa Burn Festival. South Africa is also home to some of the wildest and most colorful festivals. For example, the South African Burn Festival took place in Karoo in the middle of the desert like we see in this photo. It strikes an eerie resemblance to the Burning Man Festival held in Northern Nevada, but this one has a little bit of an African twist. 7 days of this event might be too much if you can survive, but if you can make it through this, you can do just about anything. Carnivale Italy. Carnival in Italy is celebrated for the same reasons many lavish festivals are thrown. This is meant as a celebration that leads into Lent. Roman Catholicism is very big in Italy, just as it is in Brazil. The festival itself is quite a bit different though. Attendees of this enormous event wear various Victorian masks. Sometimes it can be a little bit seductive, and the outfits are very expressive in their spectacular nature. The event is celebrated all over Italy, not just Venice, and dates back all the way back to the 17th century. The most prominent feature of this spectacular celebration is a wide variety of masks that are donned during this huge countrywide party. Partying with a mask on basically means you can get as wild as you want without anyone realizing who you are if a video ends up online. Number 8. Songkran Thailand. If you're in the country of Thailand during the 14th and 15th of April, you might be in for one of the biggest parties in Southeast Asia. This is Thailand's traditional New Year, and it almost seems like a giant water/foam party fight. Water is thrown from buckets all over people, and sometimes they even use elephants to expel the water. Different regions might celebrate in different ways, and others consider it to be more religious opposed to a time to party. Number 7. White Nights Festival. For just a few nights each year, cities in the northern parts of the world enjoy what's known as White Nights. Places like Finland and Scandinavia also celebrate their White Nights, but it seems as though the best place to celebrate this natural phenomenon is going to be in St. Petersburg, Russia. It's almost like they're partying all night, but in reality, should we be saying all day? Well, it's night, but there's sunlight that never seems to go down, so the Russians really appreciate that. It's also the end of the school year, so more people are able to stay out late and celebrate the festivities. The White Nights are also celebrated with fireworks from what's known as the Scarlet Sails, which is a large ship with red sails found in the St. Petersburg harbor. Number 6. Mardi Gras, New Orleans. Celebrated for the same reason as Carnival in Venice, New Orleans is like a carnival but with a little Cajun flair. Mardi Gras is like Carnival, but with a little Cajun flair. Masks can still be worn, but there tends to be a lot less clothing in the dirty South. But each year, people pack Bourbon Street for Mardi Gras. People wear their wildest and sometimes skimpiest outfits, gather a large amount of beads, and consume very large amounts of alcohol. Despite the holiday having religious origins, there seems to be a whole lot of sinning going on at this party. It's actually the Tuesday before Ash Wednesday, so it gets its name as Fat Tuesday, but in French. Ladies, guys might be willing to give you some beads, but you gotta earn them. Number 5. New Year's Las Vegas. Las Vegas is possibly the party capital of the world, and you better believe they're going to usher in the new year with one of the wildest celebrations in the world. The entire Las Vegas Strip is closed off to automobiles, and wild partygoers fill the streets and fireworks fill the skies. It's surprisingly quite cold during this time of year in Las Vegas, and people have to celebrate in chilly conditions, which means more clothing. Almost all the hotels are completely booked each year, and it's quite difficult to reserve a room on this kind of night. All the nightclubs have special guest DJs. Roughly 300,000 other drinking buddies or tourists pack the streets dressed to impress. Number 4. The Holi Festival. India is well known for their insane, crazy festivals, and in this case, pretty colorful. It's commonly referred to as the Festival of Color. Colored powder gets thrown in the air and people paint themselves. This event starts March 1st in 2018 and will end the next day, but not after some wild things go down. It signifies good over evil and the arrival of spring. Finally, time to laugh and play and get ready for the hot, humid weather of India. Number 3. Carnival Brazil. Out of all the carnivals around the world, this one is the most insane. Brazil might not be the safest place to travel in 2017, but they sure know how to party. Carnival takes place each year in Brazil, and most people are familiar with the one in Rio de Janeiro. It's celebrated all over Brazil, and in each part is celebrated a little bit differently. The main majority of people here are Catholic, and is celebrated for some similar reasons to Mardi Gras and Carnival in Venice. Large parades of dancers with large derrieres and colorful outfits fill the streets. A majority of the time, they're not even wearing clothes, or just barely. The festival is mainly focused on the incredible performers, in contrast to Mardi Gras, where it's mainly focused on getting wasted. Number 2. Oktoberfest Miami. Beach during the daytime and party your butt off at nighttime seems to be the way for many who live in Miami. The Oktoberfest is the ultimate festival for those who want to enjoy this way of life to the absolute max. Huge crowds of people are packed into this one-of-a-kind venue with some of the world's best electronic music DJs. When that beat drops, you better believe things get out of control. And number 1. Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest is the world's largest beer festival and is held in the city of Munich in southern Germany. More than 6 million people from around the world gather for one reason: the love of beer. If you're not drinking here, you can get out. This is a 16-day-long festival that's held the last few weeks of September. An estimated 2 million gallons of beer were served in 2013. Visitors also enjoy amusement rides, eating strudel, and artistic parades. German girls sport their best lederhosen, and the bartenders are sure to keep everyone well-fueled during this insane festival. Oktoberfest beers served during this festival must even meet certain requirements before they're able to be consumed.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for new videos every day.